Welcome back. Let's shift focus to our personal finance questions, and our expert Harshvardhan Rungta of Rungta Securities joins us. Well, Harsh, this is our question to you. Someone has already bought a life insurance policy. If they realize later on that they don't want to continue with it, what are the options before that person?
Well, Lata, this is a very valid question, and we come across this kind of a question from all policyholders, or almost all policyholders. Now, many people realize that the policy that they have got in their hand is not what was explained to them, or it's not what they have understood. And some people who have bought policies about 5-10 years ago realize that now they do not want to continue with these policies. So what are the options, is something that they need to understand very clearly, because life insurance contracts are really long term in nature, and there are lots of restrictions at the time of withdrawal. Now let me take it on a case-to-case basis. Now situation one is a person who has just bought a fresh policy, and the document has been delivered to him. Now every insurance policy has a clause, as a 15 working day free look period. Now within this free look period, he can return the policy back to the insurance company, and the insurance company is bound to give the full refund of the premiums that has been paid, subject to a couple of deductions, like the stamp duty that has been paid on the policy, the cost of medical test which the company has incurred, and the premium for the number of days that you provided cover with. In case of a ULIP policy, the NAV as on date of returning the policy is to be paid minus all the expenses. So this is in case you bought a fresh policy and the document has just landed in your hand. The other option is if you have a traditional policy bought earlier on. Traditional policies, you have to pay premiums for at least 3 years. If you haven't paid premiums for 3 years, all the money that you have paid gets forfeited and nothing comes to you at the time of closing the policy. In case premiums have been paid for more than 3 years, then there are two options available. One is that you simply stop paying any further premium into the policy. The money, the benefits that have been accrued in the policy gets freezed as on that day, and the payout happens when the original maturity was scheduled to be. For example, you had a policy for 20 years, you paid premiums for 5 years, you stopped making any premium payments, but all the benefits accrued for 5 years will be kept as it is and given to you at the end of 20 years. In case you do not want to wait for that number of years, you have an option to surrender the policy back to the company, and the company, after deducting certain charges which are pretty heavy in nature, you get the money in your hand right then and there itself. Now talk about unit-linked insurance policies. Now if a person has bought a policy before 1st September 2010, he can go back to the insurance company, ask for surrendering the policy, and the company, based on the current NAV minus the surrender charges, will refund the money straight into their hands. In case the policies have been bought after 1st September 2010, there is a minimum lock-in period of 5 years. So you can stop making the premium payment. Even if you made just one premium, you don't have to make a payment for 5 years. The money gets transferred into the policy discontinuation fund, and the insurance company is entitled to deduct a maximum of 6,000 rupees from that fund. The balance amount will remain in that policy discontinuation fund and be given to you at the end of 5 years, which is the minimum lock-in period. In the interim period, you get a return, you get an interest at the rate of what a savings bank account holder of a State Bank of India gets, which is currently 4%. So these are the couple of options available in case an investor or a policyholder feels that he's stuck with a policy which he does not want to continue.
This is extremely useful, Harsh. Just one question, when you spoke in the first instance of about surrendering or making a policy fully paid up, are you referring to only a term policy, or are you referring to whole life and endowment policies? Is this option available at all in a term policy?
See, well, Lata, in a term policy, there are no benefits to be paid out at the end of the period. So let's assume a person has taken a term policy, and after 5 years he's getting another option which is cheaper, and possibly he doesn't want to continue with the company which he already has a term cover with. He simply stops making the payment. The policy closes, because the benefits that accrue in the term policy are only for 1 year. Okay. So you pay the premium, you're covered. If you don't pay the premium, the policy closes on its own.
Okay, fair enough. So it applies to fully paid up and endowment policy. With that, we go over to a caller.
Indeed, we've got Abhishek Aman, who's called us from Patna. He as well, I believe, has a question on LIC. Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi.
Could you tell us your question?
Yeah, I'm having a question. I want to save my tax, approximately rupees 2 lakhs rupees, which I want to invest in LIC. So can you suggest any best LIC policy in terms of return? I'm not looking, and there is no any issue regarding the holding of period. It may be 10, 15, 20 years. There is no issue on that.
Okay, Harshvardhan, what would you recommend?
Well, Abhishek, in the first instance, I would like to tell you that insurance policies may give you tax benefits, but they are not the best investment tools. If you wish to save tax, there are other options under which you can invest and at the same time generate good returns. I could recommend a PPF for that instance to you. I could recommend national savings certificates. I could recommend bank fixed deposits which are eligible for tax deductions. You should invest into those areas and try and gain tax benefits as well as get returns which are higher than life insurance policies. As another point I'd like to highlight to you, the tax benefits that you can get is under 80C is only 1 lakh of rupees. So the 2 lakhs that you wish to invest, you need to make sure that 1 lakh you will be eligible. Rest, there are other sections. If you haven't taken the benefit of investing in direct equities earlier, you can use the RGESS, the Rajiv Gandhi Equity Savings Link. Overall, I would tell you that avoid insurance policies from tax saving purposes only and for investment purposes. Look at other revenues based on your risk profile. That will be a better suggestion and better thing to do for you.
That could be etched in gold, isn't it? Don't look at insurance policies with a tax and an investment angle. Look at them purely for an insurance purpose. Thanks a lot, Harshvardhan, for explaining to us all those aspects of insurance policies. To you viewers, a word, if you have any personal finance questions, do write to us. Send us an SMS, typing YM followed by a space and your question. Send it to 51818.